Hello and welcome to the tutorial on I'm going to show you how to incorporate storyline files into making your own courses in Eduhero. This only applies to those that have the custom portal. They are subscribed to the custom portal. You will know that for sure. If you log into Eduhero, you'll see a star, and if you hover over it for a second, it has the custom portal. And that is a good way to know if you are subscribed to it. So I'm going to switch back to Storyline, and first I'm going to show you how to can quickly make a storyline file, and then I'm going to show you a basic setup on the file to where you can mimic that and create your own storyline files. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm in Storyline 2. This also works in Storyline 1. But if you can get Storyline 2, it's the latest, greatest. I'm going to click New Project up here. And this is a bare bones project right now. There's absolutely nothing in it. Now what I want to do is, first off, probably want to set up the player. So click Player up here. And traditionally, it looks best if you remove the sidebar. See the sidebar on the left? It really doesn't look good in my opinion. It's better to have a full screen version of the course. Now you can do that if you end up either moving these things out of the sidebar, like the menu. You can select it and hit up, and you can see how it moves it up off the sidebar, and that's going to apply to everything that's in the sidebar. You can move it up, and it can now be in the top right or the top left, which either one works for you. But that way it removes that sidebar to where you can get a full picture of the course that you want to make. So now you can see I have resources, menu, glossary, notes, and all of these. You don't have to have all of these if you're not even using them. Just deselect them there, and they won't show up at all. You can see now all that's up here is a course title. So I'm going to go ahead and name this test course. It should update, yes. So now it's called test course. You see it's just and you can even remove that if you don't want any text at all. But it's kind of good to let your users know what the course is called and what they're looking at. Also, what's nice is the seek bar. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now this seek bar is at the bottom, and you can play with it in the preview to see what it looks like. And you can also change this setting to be read-only, and that way they can't skip around the course, or just allow them to click it and drag it however they want. There's also the volume. I usually leave that on by default. The other thing to check out here is going to be in the other. So click other, and this is kind of required. You need to set the player size to scale. Set that to scale, and then you really should never have that resume. And by default, it'll always prompt the user to resume. So you want to change this to scale and this to never resume. That is very important because when people come to the course, it needs to load a fresh version of the course. So once you're happy with all that, the only other thing you might play with is the menu. There's some additional options here you can play with. It's not required at all, but you can show the numbers of each slide. You can show whatever, customize it however you want. You can restrict the navigation to where they can't skip around, but I really don't. I try not to restrict the users in any way. So I'm going to click OK. Now let's go ahead and set up a slide, and this is just going to be a really bare bones slide. I'm just going to add a shape, and let's call this is my object, and I'm going to just have that animate in just so I feel better about it. You can animate it any way you want, from the left, from the top. I'm going to have it come in from the left. You can see the timeline down here. This kind of affects the starting time and the ending time of your objects on a slide. So I could make this only show up for 2 seconds, from 2 to 4 seconds, and then it could disappear. That's fine for me for demonstration purposes. Now, the important thing, on the last slide, you can go to Story View, have your last slide selected, and then on the next button, it's the player trigger that you need to change for the next button on the last slide of your course. So say you have multiple slides. I'm going to do this just for demonstration purposes. So I've got 3 slides now, but on the last slide of my course, I need to set up a trigger differently. So for the next button, double click this trigger. I don't want this to jump to a next slide because I don't have a next slide. Down here, this is the end of the course. So what this needs to be doing is it exits the course. So you set up that next button, exit course, once the user clicks it, and the object is the next button, and that's all you do. But that is only going to apply to the last slide in your course. Now what that's going to do is, within Eduhero, that when it sees to exit the course, it'll actually move the user on to the next activity in the course. So you could have multiple storyline files. The best way to do it is if you have a big course with like 4 big sections, then for each section you're going to need that next button, and you're going to have to publish each of these files independently, like 4 files independently. Now I'm going to go ahead and publish this, and you do want it to be the web version of your course. I'm going to leave most of this alone, but one thing you need to change and disable is use articulate mobile player for iOS and Android. Now, I say to disable this because this feature of Storyline, it really does not work well with Eduhero. It actually separates the course from Eduhero. It will not open the course within the Eduhero course player. So the user wouldn't be able to move on to the next section. So in short, just make sure this is disabled before you publish the file. Now you can have HTML5, that's fine. That does not affect how it is in Eduhero. Now, other things you can play with is the quality. You can jack up the video quality, image quality, and sound quality if you want, or turn it down. It's up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and publish this. Once I find a good location to save, I'm going to go ahead and save that in here. So I'm saving it in my C drive, Storyline, publish. Now I have that, and what you need to do then is zip it up. So you click zip and test course. Make sure you have your zip file. So let me open that for you. So the testcourse.zip is the file I need to upload to Eduhero. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Eduhero. Now in Eduhero, I've already logged in. I'm going to go to the control panel, go to courses. There's a few up here already, so I'm going to create a new course just to show you from scratch. This is a fresh course, nothing in it yet. Well, in the activities, I need to add an activity and then select the type, and it's going to be upload file because we're uploading that storyline file, the zip file. So there it is. It's instructing zip articulate storyline. You want to name your activity, probably whatever section of the course it is. So this is like section 1. This will show up in the course player. So you need to probably make some sense of that. Now the upload file, that's where you go ahead and select the zip file that had just been created. So once that's good, hit save, and it reloads the page with a preview. If it worked, you'll see the preview, it'll play, and you're good to go. You can even hit the buttons and make sure all that stuff's working. So yeah, that is storyline files in a nutshell. If you have any questions, just email eduhero@esc6.net and we'll try to help you as best we can.